Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare ancient Roman pork tenderloin from the 7th book of the Re Cucinaria. We start with the ingredients. We need pork tenderloin, whole fat, olive oil, garum, pine nuts, black pepper, coriander seeds, and fennel seeds. We grind the spices, cut the pork tenderloin in half, sprinkle it with spices and pine nuts, and wrap it in whole fat. The recipe calls for fresh coriander, but we don't have it in this season, so we replace it with the seeds, since in the Re Cucinaria the leaves and the seeds are sometimes used interchangeably. You can always use the fresh herb or replace it with another Mediterranean herb used in ancient Rome, such as mint or parsley. Whole fat is important because it gives the dish a very good flavor, and above all, it keeps the meat tender because it allows the juices to remain inside. If you don't have it, you can use other types of wrappings used in ancient times, such as fig leaves, grape leaves, or other leaves, or even paper, after brushing the meat well with olive oil. Garum can be replaced with a Southeast Asian fish sauce, colatura di alici, muria, or just salt. Links to the recipes for garum and muria are in the description below. Similar preparations also appear in medieval sources, under the name copie or coppiette. For example, in Johannes Bockenheim's Registrum Cuquinae and Maestro Martino's Libro de Arte Cucinaria, both from the 15th century. In Maestro Martino's cookbook, the pieces of meat are cut in such a way that a part remains attached, then sprinkled with salt and seeds of coriander or fennel. The pieces of meat are kept pressed for a while, then skewered in a spit, with slices of pork fatback between them, and roasted. We sear the pork tenderloin in olive oil, add the garum, cook for a couple of minutes. Then we finish cooking the pork tenderloin in the oven. We cooked it for about 20 minutes in total. For more information about ancient food, read our book Ancient Roman Cooking, which includes recipes selected from primary sources and information about meals, dishes, food production, agriculture and preservation techniques in ancient Rome. To learn more about the use of meat throughout the history of Italian cuisine, check out our new book, Early Italian Recipes, Meat, Meatballs and Sausages, dedicated to fresh and cured meat, with recipes from the antiquity to the end of the Renaissance, accompanied by the original texts and our translations. The translations of the Re Cucinaria and the Maestro Martino's Libro de Arte Cucinaria are available on our Patreon page, along with other translations of primary sources and articles on historical food, whereas on Amazon you also find our translation of Johannes Bockenheim's Registrum Cuquinae. You'll find the links to our books on historical food in the description below. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. Despite the simplicity of the ingredients and the preparation, this dish was incredibly tasty for the delicious spicy stuffing that mixed Mediterranean flavors like fennel and coriander seeds with the heat of black pepper and the round sweet flavor of pine nuts. The whole fat used to wrap the meat kept it very tender and flavorful, resulting in a dish easy to make but delicious, and perfect for a Roman banquet or even a special meal that allows us to try a different and incredible way to taste pork tenderloin. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.